Today we will demonstrate how IBM Cloud Transformation Advisor simplifies the hybrid cloud journey down to a simple three-step plan. We will help you assess your code estate and provide you with an inventory. Then we will provide you with planning insights based on a deep analysis of your code. And finally, we will assemble a migration package that helps to step you through the entire process. We will see how a default app like Snoop gets migrated from WAS 855 to Liberty and then into a Liberty container. Let's get started with the assessment by creating a new workspace in Transformation Advisor, and then we'll deploy a collection agent. This screen will prompt us with some questions to then give us the necessary commands for the agent deployment. We support a variety of different operating systems and application servers. We can collect configurations as well as application code. Simply run the commands as provided and the system will upload the results automatically, or you can harvest the collection file that it generates and manually upload it. Now we can see an inventory of the applications in the workspace. As more are deployed, we will get a more complete picture of the code estate, and this helps us build a better plan. The modernization targets pop up, giving us a list of technologies and compatibilities. Now, let's talk about how Transformation Advisor can help us with strategic planning. From the workspace screen, we can choose our migration targets and see the estimated time to migrate each application. There are settings to adjust the time estimates to match your work speed. Notice the complexity for each application is ranked simple, moderate, or complex. We see the number of issues identified for each application. We also see common code libraries that are shared across the enterprise and code that is unique to this application. This will help us refine our planning efforts. Since the default application is simple to migrate, let's look at reporting from something a little more interesting like DayTrader 2. That app requires a little more work to complete. We can see that JAX RPC technology will require more effort to modernize with 5 days of development work. Now let's look at the technology report. Notice the blue highlighted columns show the most compatibility and checkboxes and blanks show the technology-driven changes. Looking at the application inventory report, we see a summary of technologies in use, along with the clickable pop-up metrics by code package. We get a list of open source that's in use and more. Finally, with the detailed analysis report, we can see required changes along with the line number in the code for the class that needs the change. Because this is a rule-driven assessment, we get recommendations and an explanation about the changes that need to be made. We can share copies of these example reports if you want to look at them more closely offline. Now let's review our migration plan and move our default app to Liberty. Looking at the migration plan, we can see some key files that make it easy to adopt a new runtime, replatform to containers, or refactor to a hybrid model. These are the key things that you will need to make the migration successful. Now we're ready to migrate to Liberty. Let's download the package and get started. As we look at our migration bundle, you will notice a README file that contains a line-by-line set of instructions and include the commands that we will use to complete the work. This is important because this process lends itself to automation and plugging it into your CI/CD pipeline. Then there's some key files that we'll copy into place and some edits that we'll make, all outlined in this document. Let's create our Liberty server and get started. After we move a couple of files into place, the application ear and a database driver, Then we'll be able to make the recommended edits to the server.xml. Then we can start our application and test it. And now we have a completed migration to Liberty. To re-platform this very same app into a container, we just need to update the migration bundle server.xml file with the edits we just made for Liberty and account for the port numbers. Then we can build our container using other artifacts in the migration bundle and run the container image. Now we can test our application again, and we have a successful migration into a container. So let's recap. We have now seen how IBM Cloud Transformation Advisor can easily gather an application inventory from a running server, provide us with an analysis of the code, provide us with the migration artifacts to assist us with that migration, and step us through the completion with a detailed set of instructions. We were able to successfully migrate a traditional WebSphere application to Liberty and then re-platform it into a container. While we didn't demonstrate refactoring this application into Kubernetes, the artifacts and instructions are included in the migration pack. What we can walk away from this demonstration with is a modernized application and an efficient migration process can be provided thanks to IBM Cloud Transformation Advisor.